Hello, Sloth here, Slothutations. Yes, right I am. So, um, today's gonna be a short video. We're gonna do a statistics video again. So then next, as you know, we go to this banner. If you see, no pity. Go to this banner, even the friendship summon, no pity. Okay, character rate up banner, no pity. I accidentally pressed the wrong button. Forgive me. Forgive me. Okay, so no pity. What do I mean by pity? Well, in certain gacha games, when you roll a certain amount, the game goes, you know what? You've rolled enough. Here, have a freebie on me. It's on me, because the look of you just pulling and not getting anything that you like is really sickening and sad and depressing. So I pity you, right? Right? I think the history comes from Mr. T. He said, "I'll pity the fool who does 1,000 pulls and get no SSR." I'm pretty sure that is the history of the pity gauge. Okay, so now we don't have the banner yet, but what does a pity gauge actually do for you in your account? Well, all right, no music time. We're gonna do this. Okay, so you have to be familiar with what's called the bell curve. Can I draw a good one? No. Better. Better. Perfect. Okay, so you have what's called a bell curve. Okay, and the bulge. Yes. We'll call it the bulge curve. So our bulge curve, the middle of it, the tip of the bulge, okay, is on average where most people tend to be. This makes sense, right? Most people love being on the tip, but some people like being to the right of the tip, and some people like being to the left of the tip of the bulge, okay? As you go this way, okay, in this direction, okay, you're going to get closer to 100% of the population, whereas if you go the other way, you get close to 0% of the population, okay? So, right in the middle, then we would say is about 50% of the population is to the left of that point. So, what does a pity gauge do for us? Well, we know that the average is down the middle, and the average pull rate for an SSR is 1 in 63. Okay? Now, to the right of that graph, we call that good luck, right? It's better than average. When you're better than average, you have what's good luck. That's everything underneath that section of the graph, okay? And it takes a lot, the chances of someone getting super lucky, for instance, getting an SSR 3 times in a row, let's say, the chances of that happening is very unlikely. So the percentage of the population that get that to occur to them is also unlikely. So once you get to that event, it's going to be on the tail end, okay? So this is a graph showing of the amount of SSRs, right, in your average box. So on average, in 63 pools, people will get the 1 SSR. That's the dashed line in the middle. But some people might get 2, and that's, again, better than average, so that's lucky. And it's going to be in the green area. Some people might get 3 SSRs in 63 pools, and that's even more luck. And that's farther to the right. Now you can think of the opposite being unlucky. Okay, so this is unlucky right there. Okay, unlucky. We don't want. You don't want to be unlucky, right? Because everyone in this game is about getting to that bedroom and getting lucky. Okay, No one will want to be go getting unlucky because that's the opposite of an unlocked bedroom and the opposite of getting those sheets all used up, right? So we want to be lucky. Now, the way the stats work though is that sometimes you'll get lucky and sometimes you'll get unlucky, but over a long period of time that will balance out to about an average box, okay? And if you stop while you're ahead, as the saying goes, right? So the bulge, right? You have the bulge, right? When you're on the head, right? You stop because as everyone knows, that's the best. That is where you want. Okay, you want to stop while you're on head, or they're on the head. Some kind of joke there. Okay, related to heads and bulges and luck. Okay, and so you stop, okay, and then that's it. You don't want them to change position, right? They're fine where they're at, okay? So, and the reason why is because statistically, you'll end up with bad luck to balance that out, and you'll be back on average. And every time you're looking at your bulge and someone's looking at your bulge, you don't want just average head. You want, or you know what I'm saying? Do you? Maybe you do. So, you stop while you're ahead, and then that means that you have netted like an outcome for yourself that was lucky. Okay? Now, we know that the pity is 1 out of 100. What does that mean? Well, they say that on the 100th pull without getting an SSR, you will get an SSR. So I can put another dashed line, like right here. Oops, that is not the color I want. Let's say blue, right here. This is a 1 out of 100, okay? 1 out of 100 is right there. Now, there's going to be, on the other side of the graph, there's going to be another spot, okay, equally distant from the midline, right? Well, it took us 63 plus 37 to get to 100. So we do the opposite, minus 37, and we get 1 out of 26. Okay? So now what this does to our graph is it's saying that we can't get more unlucky than 1 out of 100 because at 101 pools, right? At 100 pools, you get your SSR. So there's no scenario in which you pull 101 times and you don't get any SSR. So what that does is we get an eraser, and it erases this section of the graph right here when you have a pity. So usually, right, since it was symmetrical, if you pull long enough, right, things balance out, and you end up with an average or close to average account, right? But with the pity, you erase this unlucky area, and that unlucky area is like the super unlucky. Like pulling 150 times, not getting an SSR. Pulling 200. It's statistics, it's all chance. You can pull 500 times and not get an SSR. It's not likely, but it's probably happened to 1, 2, or 10 people, and those people are probably really sad. And that's unfortunate. So, having a pity is nice because you want the players in your game to feel as though they're coming out ahead, right? Again, this is an adult-based game. Everyone likes getting ahead, right? I like getting ahead. I'm in my car right now, right? I would like to get ahead right now in my car. That would be really nice. But, we'll save that for maybe later when we do pool videos. Okay, so here, you'll notice that the red area is a lot less than the green area, right? And that's what's going to happen to your box, is like you'll more than likely have a more than average account because you're pulling on the banner with a pity on it, okay? So what does this mean? If you're pulling on banners that do not have pity, right? Statistically, you're going to have an average account. So, Um, the question then remains, why would anyone pull on a banner in which there is no pity, right? And some novelty of new units is one, right? Some people go, well, if you don't pull on the new banner, even though it doesn't have a pity, I want to have this unit. I must have them now, right? Um, okay, so you'll get them earlier. Now, if you would have waited until another limited time banner or another banner that has a pity and includes that unit in it, you would have a statistical advantage helping you out. But you're right, you wouldn't get them as soon as you would have if you pulled for them on a banner with no pity that came out prior. So that's a reason some people pull. Um, some people pull because um, they just like like in addition to the time factor, um, it's also that the H scene they want to see quicker. Okay, um, so yeah, some people don't want to wait for 3 weeks for a unit to get on the banner. So that's all down to player preference. But if you're free to play, my recommendation is to use statistics in your favor to give yourself the best chances of getting more of an above average account. And using a pity gauge is one way. Now, it's your play style, it's your account. You do what you like, but remember, everything, because it's gambling, there's risk involved. And risk means that nothing has to go according to your plan. It all goes according to whatever the universe decides randomly at that given moment. Okay? But one thing that isn't random is on a pity gauge that you cannot get 100 pools and not get an SSR because it gives it to you. All right, well, this was Sloth with a little bit of a statistics video on unluckiness and luck and how a pity gauge affects your box. Hopefully you like this video. Check out my other videos on statistics. I did one on how long it takes to 5-star units. I did one on the chances of you getting SSR units. And I've done some videos on R units and like how much worth they are. And R units have been getting me through the trials, the sorcerer's trials actually. I just intimacy them to level 5, and then I just level them up to the appropriate boss level, and they just help dominate the fight for me. So, I mean, that takes like 4 or 5 days if you don't have that or at that already, but I already did because I invested in my R units for my exploration quest, and just R units are awesome. So, alrighty. Well, remember, if a sloth can make graphs with green and red, so can you. All right, bye guys.